repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kitman. In the meantime, it's on the kitman to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kitman then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full-time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities, but we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
Good morning, here we go again. Welcome along to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Myself, Shebahn Aherne, alongside former Chelsea and Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino.
Morning, everybody.
Oh, there he is. Coming up for you on the show today, Manchester City look to close the gap on Newcastle as they travel to St James's Park at tea time. Pep Guardiola was full of praise for Erling Haaland's blistering start to the season.
He's breaking a lot of personal, individual records and Premier League records. I think for Norwood records, deserves to play a World Cup and live the experience. And so happy for him.
Do you think they can close the gap? Our Steve Harmison will be providing all of the updates from 5:30 this evening. Burnley also host Chelsea in talkSPORT's live and exclusive commentary at 12:30. Enzo Maresca says his side will be in for a difficult afternoon.
No doubt that it's going to be again tough game, especially after international break, after 12 in the morning, away. It's always a tricky game. We need to pay attention.
And it's a thrilling Ashes so far. We're into day 2. talkSPORT's Steve Harmison said it's hard to take your eyes away from it.
Not one point did I feel as though the game was starting to sort of meander. It was absolutely gripping from literally the first ball to the last ball, the wicket of Zach Crawley to the wicket of Scott Boland.
Ashes fever alive and well. All the updates coming from day 2 of the first test throughout the morning here on talkSPORT. We will have you covered and we'll look ahead to all of the sport, including the return from the international break. The Premier League is back and the EFL too. And we want to hear from you this morning. The number is 03717 223344 or drop us a text 81089. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Good morning. And breathe. How are you? What's happening with your life?
Oh, it's a long-winded question.
Is it?
Well,
How's your
I could
life?
get-
What's happening? How's life?
No, it was good. I mean, it was an incredible week of international football.
Best.
It was. You know, when you come away and you're saying, I wish it was international weekend again this weekend because it was so good.
Yeah.
You know, watching, obviously yourself and watching Scotland and Ireland and, Northern Ireland as well, that, going to have a playoff game and Wales. It just was really, really good. Republic of Ireland was extraordinary, the Hungary victory, and how dramatic that was. Ireland scored 5 goals in 2 games. They'd really struggled over a number of campaign matches not to get goals. And if anyone would have said beating, obviously, Portugal 2-0 and then getting 3-2 win at Hungary, and then there was Portugal themselves that ended up Ronaldo getting suspended and then winning 9-1, which was quite funny. It was just amazing. It was one of the best weekends I can. It was up there with the best weekend I can remember.
Do you know what? My entire time at talkSPORT, an international break has never been celebrated as much as it.
Well, most of us are talking about Premier League. Oh, well, it's back, and it could be. It was. But look, it was the final matches, so it had to be dramatic. But even with it being dramatic, you couldn't have imagined it would have panned out like it did.
I can't believe
Scotland was amazing. Scotland. I mean,
we're there.
they were suffering as well in the game.
It was painful to watch, yet it was wonderful all at the same time.
Yeah.
And that minute where, we were 3-2 up, I'm going, ref, blow the whistle. But he didn't. And thank God, because it was even more of a magical ending, in the way that we fashioned what we got there.
I said about a year ago, Mateta at Crystal Palace was the most improved player that I could think of. I think McTominay's gone ahead of him. Because he was always a good player, Scott McTominay. Yeah. But watching him now is like, wow, he's come on leaps and bounds.
There's something about this McTominay glow up. Even the hair, the image, the fact that then he's won the title with Napoli, the fact that he was nominated for a Ballon d'Or. And this all happens after Manchester United. Yeah. He's completely reinvented himself. We always knew what player he was. He's all heart, but what he's done for Scotland as well is just magic.
I tell you a quick little story on McTominay. Do you remember when it was really dramatic and Manchester United players were given time off? Do you remember that time where, I think it was under Ten Hag, where he was given time off. They'd had some really, it was a real rough ride at a particular time. And where I live in Bromley, there's a little village where it's called Keston, and there's a cafe there that's quite upmarket. And I go in there one day, and McTominay's sitting in there. It was in that break of when players would basically say, stay out of Manchester, just don't go anywhere, just keep low, lay low. And I think his girlfriend at the time, or maybe his wife now, but she was from that area.
Right.
Okay. And he was in the restaurant, and I saw him, and he was in there, and he was obviously very low key. And I didn't go up and talk to him because I just thought he's downtime and getting out of Manchester because there was a lot going on at that particular time. And I spoke to the staff afterwards, and they said he was such a nice man, real humble guy. And I said, well, I said I didn't. But they said, didn't you talk to him? I said, no. I said I knew what the gig was. The gig was keep low. And I said, no, he would have known if I spoke to him. I'd work in the media, and he just felt a little bit. I didn't want to do that. I just sort of let him get on with just left him. And I remember thinking from there to Napoli and what happened with Scotland, how life can change for you. McTominay's the most improved player, I think, more than Mateta. Listeners might even go, do you know what? There's players that you could name that have improved so much from what they were.
But even McTominay, in terms of when he left Manchester United, he wasn't a player that they should be looking to sell on. He was one player who gave you all heart every time he was on at the pitch. It's just it's just the basket case. Okay, United at the time, all the players were going through that. Yeah, it was always still there. But I mean, I was in Napoli in the summer, and just having a Scottish accent, everyone's like, oh, McTominay, I love Scotland, I love Scotland. McTominay, McFratham, they call him, McBrother. He's a hero there. And to the point you talk about being humble and quiet, it's reported that he's struggling with life there because he's this now like Maradona type God figure. Yeah. That he cannot get a moment's peace, and it's almost too much. I don't know if that's true or not. But
well, look, let's get it right. He was a good player at Manchester United, but there was there's a high bar at that football club, okay, from being a great player. And he wasn't a great player, but he was a good player. But now he's gone on because of his improvement. You're now looking and thinking, that's the sort of player Man United need to sign. Yes. That's what's incredible.
Yeah.
And fair play to him and everybody around him. Fair play.
And, and well done, Scotland. Well done, Steve Clark. We're going to the World Cup. The fact that we can wake up now in the morning and go, we're going to the World Cup. It's been a long, long time. It's just so special and exciting, and I'm buzzing for my dad. I hope I can get him there somehow and, take it all in. Because I can't remember really when I was 7.
No, you have to go back a long time.
7, 8, you just can't really remember that time.
98, wasn't it, the last time?
98, yeah. So, I mean, more memories to come, a generation.
And it's only France, it's only across the channel. Now this one's a bit different. It's across the big pond, isn't it, called the Atlantic. I know, but you're right, what an international break. Yeah.
And to come back from a break and everybody mostly enjoying it, even a lot of English fans going, wow, a lot of the home nations get involved in this one, and for them it's a different story, but brilliant. And the Premier League returns today. We've got you covered as ever here on talkSPORT.
The Premier League, we've missed you. And it's about to heat up again. Are you ready for it? He's got a square ball for Neto, who rubs salt into the Wolves' wound.
Burnley have just taken the lead, and it's Zian Fleming.
Chelsea looking like they're starting to become a little bit formidable. Man City going through the gears.
Oh, there we go. Jeremy Doku has just made it Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0.
Level of performance, don't look anywhere near it. Too many players not playing well.
Stands on the cross, Joe Linton! Back-to-back home victories for the Hammers.
He's got the people skills as well as all the defensive organisational skills to be a very good manager.
Probably the nicest game of the season to watch and to play.
Back out, whacked in beautifully by Zubamendi. What a finish!
It is one of English football's iconic fixtures.
First time shot takes a deflection, it's in, and Richarlison scores.
This is something that is in our hands.
Here we go again. The Premier League returns for you this afternoon, live on talkSPORT. Burnley take on Chelsea, 12:30. Then at 3 o'clock, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Sunderland, Liverpool, Forest, Wolves, Crystal Palace, and 5:30 this evening, Newcastle take on Manchester City. 2 games for you tomorrow. Leeds versus Aston Villa, and Arsenal take on Spurs 4:30 tomorrow in the derby. That should be a good one. But let's start with Newcastle, Manchester City. Cass, a lot has been made of Newcastle's poor start to the season. Eddie Howe urging the fans to be his side's 12th man ahead of this difficult test.
It's a really tough fixture. We know Manchester City's qualities. We want a raucous St James's Park. The home support this season has been incredible. I think we've played well at home as well. So we're looking forward to the match. We have a lot to prove to ourselves, really, I think, after the last couple of away games in the Premier League, which have been really disappointing. So we're desperately keen to try and put that right and get our Premier League form back on track.
Yeah, under a smidge pressure there, Eddie Howe, sitting 14th in the table, Cass. Struggling ever so slightly in terms of that away form.
Yeah, look. Now, I said, if you get Newcastle's best team out, they're a side that can be competitive. He's got a good side. I mean, their Champions League form's been literally a contradiction because they've done really, really well. Mm-hmm. They got 9 points now in their Champions League, so they're sitting pretty decent there. It's just got to get playing. And he's right, Eddie, to mention St James's Park because it can be rocking. And Man City is... They've reset, haven't they? They've had that reset. If you think today, if 2 players you go, Kovacic and Rodri are both was very vital to City, their midfield. And if you look today now, and you're looking at Gonzalez, Foden, and Silva as their midfield, that's totally a long way from Kovacic and Rodri, who were brilliant for Man City. And they're also in fullback areas. They've changed City, but the massive difference is Haaland.
Yeah.
Haaland is so much above everybody else at the moment. His goal scoring, his threat, he's come on leaps and bounds in many different ways, his involvement in the game, and he's brimming with confidence, that's for sure. He's scoring goals on international duty. Erling Haaland just wants to play football one day after another at the moment. That's how it seems to me.
Newcastle fans listening this morning, are you going to the game this evening? Do you think Eddie Howe can turn it around? A huge game today, a huge opportunity to take 3 points from Manchester City. City fans, do you think now you can start to close the gap on Arsenal? 81089 03717 223344 is the number. Before we go any further, the Ashes in full swing. We have you covered here on talkSPORT. There's been a wicket. Here's John Norman.
And a big moment in this game. Jamie Smith has been given out caught behind. The score, England 104 for 7. They only lead by 144. We had a moment in the first innings. It was Labuschagne, the Aussie opener, who was given not out on the field to a caught behind call that went up on review. And when the ball went past the outside edge of the bat, there was a little murmur. No snick, a murmur. And essentially the third umpire decided there wasn't enough evidence to suggest that the ball did hit the bat, so the on-field call remained not out. Now, fast forward a day, and Jamie Smith has been given out. It's taken the third ump 5 minutes to make a decision. On-field call is not out. Smith has been given out gloving the ball down the leg side. The keeper, Alex Carey, went up immediately, but the bowler wasn't that interested. The umpire gave it not out. When it went up to the third umpire, there's no spike after the ball or as the ball hits the bat. The noise is about 3 or 4 frames after it. So how the third umpire's decided that the noise comes from the ball hitting the bat, well, maybe they'll be asked after this game. But at the end of the day, Jamie Smith and England will be absolutely furious that this decision has gone against them right at the time they needed everything to go their way. And the reason for that is Australia have roared back into this contest. England at one stage led by over 100, 65 for 1. They're now 105 for 7, and this match has continued in its fast forward nature, but there has been a big talking point in the game.
Fascinating stuff. John Norman with us across the morning with all of the updates from the Ashes here on talkSPORT. And coming up next, we'll continue to build up to the return of the Premier League. morning. Welcome to Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne alongside former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Name that tune.
Don't know.
Oh, I had you down for this. Just thought this was right up your Straza. Nope.
No, no.
Billy.
Not.
Is it Billy Joel?
Oh, is it Billy Joel?
Joel or Joel?
Oh, Billy Joel, I thought.
Is it Billy Joel?
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I know quite a few Billy Joel. Piano Man's a great song.
Yeah. He's got some great songs. This is Say Goodbye to Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I didn't recognise this one.
Speaking of Hollywood, there's 3 Hollywood actors' birthdays today.
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
AKA my body double. Said nobody ever. And Mark Ruffalo all have birthdays today.
Oh.
You want to guess any ages, or can you not be bothered?
Oh, well, Jamie Lee Curtis would probably be 70.
Oh, she won't be happy, but you're saying that, pal.
What, she's 68?
67.
Yeah, I weren't fucking out, was I?
Yeah, but you age a woman.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
There, Cash.
No, I wasn't judging her by the way she looks.
No, it sounds like you've just called it
I'm
old.
just thinking of her dad and then, working it down and thinking, well, she'd probably be late 60s, 70. Okay, so
we'll feed it back. We'll feed it back to her.
Scarlett
Johansson.
35?
Oh, she'll take that. She's 41.
Right, okay.
Learned your lesson very quickly there. Mark Ruffalo's 57.
Yeah.
Yeah. All-time favourite movie star? Do you have like a Hollywood star who you loved from like a wee boy all the way growing?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, that's a good
brilliant. He's brilliant. Just knows so many different types of films. From One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, just Tears of Endearment. Just loads of them. The Shining. He's got so many, and every time he feels like he's the character out, in the real world, like he is. I'm obviously not as crazy, but you just see when you see him, you see him get interviewed. He's always got that smile on him, that glee in his eye, and he like looks at people and he seems like look, again, I'm only judging by what I've seen in interviews, but I think he's up there with the best.
I heard a wee fun fact about Jack Nicholson, that Simon Cowell was the runner on The Shining because it was filmed, wasn't it, at Elstree and Boreham Wood, and his job was to make sure that the axe was shiny. He had to polish Jack Nicholson's axe. That was his first job, Simon Cowell.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Weird,
yeah, that's a great story. Yeah.
It's not euphemism.
Yeah.
Okay, let's focus on the Premier League today. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. That is a 3:00 kickoff this afternoon. Huge game for both sides. Liverpool need to get their league campaign back on track. Sitting 8th. 1 point off 4th, but equally Forest desperate for points as well. Cass, how do you see this one going?
Well, I really don't know what Liverpool are at the moment. So it's a tough one. They've showed nothing like they can be last season. All they've shown that they can concede goals at quite an alarming rate.
Yep.
I thought the defeat of Manchester City was quite a hard one, even though they had arguably a goal disallowed that could have been given to make it 1-1 by Van Dijk. Liverpool have been a shadow of the team they were last year so far. And they're, having a blistering start with after 5 games and 5 wins. You look at their form afterwards and it's like, wow, the next 6 games have been pretty dreadful.
I feel like you've got you've been so disappointed by them when you're talking about Liverpool this season that you are.
Well, you have to be. If you're a Liverpool fan and you've seen so much activity in the transfer market and nothing's really worked, Ekitike, should I say, has done well. After that, I'm scratching my head, because even players that were there last season have not played as well. He's got to find his best 11. He's got to find it sharp. And obviously, Isaac has been battling with fitness that has caused another issue because he doesn't quite look right yet. So, but look, giving goals away at the back has been a major problem. Konate and Van Dijk have not played well. Andy Robertson was out the team and then in the team. I think Alisson's back today, isn't he?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing because Alisson's
big boost.
A big boost, yeah. And they need that. And the Curtis Jones might go in at right back or Dominic Szoboszlai because I'm looking at injuries again to players, and this is another one. Obviously Connor Bradley is injured.
Yeah.
So I think Wirtz is injured as well. He's doubtful. So it's a problem, but, it's time now, after this, another international break, for Liverpool to start hitting wins and quickly, because they could easily be out the title race within the next few weeks.
Well, he kind of dismissed the idea of a title race as well, didn't he, Arne Slot? Sean Dyche, looking at them, unbeaten in 3 in all competitions since Sean Dyche came in, defeated Leeds in their last game before the international break, sit 19th in the table, so Forest are choking for a win as well. We'll keep you posted on that one here on talkSPORT with Adrian Durham going around the grounds later on this afternoon. And here's what's coming up for you on talkSPORT today. Max and Charlie are here, of course, with the warm-up from 9 o'clock through to 11, then game day exclusive 11 o'clock today. We've got commentary of Burnley-Chelsea, that kicks off at 12:30. 10 o'clock over on talkSPORT 2. It's following on Ashes inquest immediately following the close of play on day 2. We have you covered here on talkSPORT 2 for everything from the Ashes on following on. And then 12 o'clock, 2 more games from the EFL on talkSPORT 2. Coventry take on West Brom, Leicester versus Stoke back on talkSPORT at 2:30. Game day live with Adrian Durham. All of the goals as they go in, and the game day phone in, taking your calls from 5:30 with the nation's wind-up merchant Jamie O'Hara alongside Jason Cundy. A great day coming up for you here on talkSPORT. We're keeping you across the Ashes as well. The first test. Let's get an update with talkSPORT's John Norman.
Well, the action is continuing. It's been an electric match so far, with 19 wickets falling on day 1, and we've already had 8 wickets falling on day 2. 7 of them English, the last of which will be talked about for some time. Jamie Smith given out thanks to a 5-minute DRS review, where the third ump seemed to change his mind on air whilst watching the same pictures. It was bizarre. That shouldn't take away, though, from brilliant bowling on a pitch that is more than difficult to bat on. Mitchell Stark needed somebody else to take some wickets after he took 7 in first innings, and Scott Boland has done exactly that. He's taken 3, with Stark also taking 3, meaning it's 10 for the match, and England now are looking at their bowlers to get them up and around 200. Bryden Carse has already smashed 2 sixes. He's 15. Gus Atkinson has played and missed a couple of times. He's 9 not out. But England really will look back at a passage in the afternoon where they subsided alarmingly. Again, 65 for 1 became 105 for 7 when Smith was out. And now they are trying to cling on and get through to, I don't know, 200 as a target for Australia, who, let's not forget, were bowled out earlier today for just 132. They'll probably need the highest score in the match to win the game. That won't be easy, but the match certainly on the line. England 122 for 7.
Oh, so entertaining so far. John Norman across it all from the Ashes. Thank you very much. We'll get another update soon. You're listening to Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we're going to speak to a Sutton fan who is down in Truro for today's game in the National League. We'll talk about his trip next. Good morning. You're listening to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino. I just buzzed producer Sam there and I said, Sam, have you got the darts date in your diary yet? And he went, what, the World Championships? And I went, no, the talkSPORT darts. That's the most important one that we're focusing on just now. You need that in your diary?
Yeah. I didn't get invited to play.
You don't... Oh! You've not been invited?
No. Well, we'll be invited. We can all go along.
But you can play darts? Are you quite good at it?
Not really.
You can train me?
Well, probably why. No, I couldn't train anybody at darts. I've been giving you a bad advice, Shebahn.
I'm just
Natalie won. Who did Natalie beat?
She beat Benty.
That's right.
Natalie, the Destroyer Sire. I was a few in by the time Natalie got up. And I was screaming all sorts of abuse at Benty. It was so weird. I don't know what came over me. And then she beat him. It was amazing.
You showed your true colours.
We were going, destroy him! Finish him! Screaming about Sawyer beating Benty. It was great. And Darren, I mean, he'd had a coach. He had all these different darts with him. It was amazing.
All the gear, no idea.
Oh, no idea. And she rocked up, smashed him to bits, and then had a bottle of Prosecco and went up the road. Good fun. Some of your headlines, by the way, over the weekend. Brett Anthony Joshua said he will stomp all over Jake Paul and break the American as the pair came face to face to promote next month's heavyweight fight. The height difference is quite incredible. Yeah. AJ is a good head above him. And Premier League clubs will no longer be able to sell assets like hotels and women's teams to themselves to what is this word? Circumvent. Sam, come on. It's 20 to 7 on a Saturday morning. I don't even know what that means. Circumvent. What do you think I am? Simon Jordan's daughter? Circumvent financial rules after they agreed to new regulations from next season. Anyway, more on that later. Fulham versus Sunderland today. Big game for Fulham, who sit just 1 point above the relegation zone. Sunderland could end this weekend as high as third if results go their way. That's incredible. The big talking point has been Marco Silva's contract situation.
Yeah.
Expires at the end of the season. He's yet to renew after holding crisis talks with the owners this week. But he told talkSPORT he's still committed to the long-term future of the club.
Very ambitious as well, and after almost 5 years with me, for them to show the interest to keep the project going with the same person here, because everything is so intense, I think is a very, very good sign Firstly, because the results, because without results, forget in football, but because they recognize the job that everybody's doing in this football club the last 4 years and a half almost. And about myself, yes, the will and the desire and the enjoyable moments, they are there between us. Let's see what is going to be the news in the future when you have something new to say to you are going to announce. Right now, nothing new to say about it.
What's your thoughts on this, Tony? I mean, if he doesn't renew, is it a chance for Fulham to reset, or would it be a huge blow to let him?
Well, he's clearly a very frustrated manager, clearly. I mean, obviously they've been affected by financial fair play, which has handcuffed Marco Silva in the club, really. I know they signed Kevin for a big fee, but I was behind him, sat only probably about three rows behind him at Chelsea when they went there early in the season, and he was clearly frustrated because he's had Muniz, who's been injured way too much, and Jimenez and him were having a bit of a ding-dong between them during the game. Josh King was brilliant for them on that particular day. He scored a goal which was disallowed really harshly, and Fulham played particularly well. But that frustration has continued because Fulham just, they're a club that I listened to Danny Murphy, who played for Fulham in midweek, and a chat, and there's a lot of truth in that. They've just done nothing, or not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Just standing still in the Premier League take you backwards, and they've been suffering with that. So a tough one, because now they're playing a club that have done the complete opposite. Sunderland have been very ambitious, and yes, you can go, the financial rewards are getting into the Premier League. They've gone hard, but they look like they've been invested in, Sunderland, and you can tell, the sort of players that they brought to the club, whether they've been younger talent or even someone like Granit Xhaka at the older end of of his career, the twilight of his career. They've done it very, very well. And I saw them at Chelsea as well, Sunderland, and I thought they maybe not deserved to win it, even though they did at Stamford Bridge. They certainly gave Chelsea one hell of a game. It'd be a great. I'm going there today.
Yeah.
I'm at Fulham Sunderland,
yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it. But the frustration by him, obviously, Marco Silva, is evident that he's really. What will be the outcome? I'm not sure. But it's a real frustrating time for the fans as well.
3 o'clock today, Fulham take on Sunderland. All of the updates coming for you here as ever on talkSPORT. 2 games from the EFL over on talkSPORT 2. League leaders Coventry host West Brom at 12:30. And then we head just across the M69 for Leicester's against third place Stoke City. All on talkSPORT 2 for you this afternoon. And it's time now for a little bit of this. This bit of the show is all for the dedicated fans. They'll never miss their team. They'll travel high and low. Wherever they go, they will follow their football team. Trips of the week. This morning, we're with Sutton United fans. They've braved the cold and the kilometres heading down to Cornwall for that trip to Truro. 520-mile round trip. Fair play to you. That's a lot on petrol. Our fan today got there a little bit ahead of time. Good morning to Sutton fan Chris Houghton. Good morning, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Morning.
How are you, buddy?
Hello.
Where are you in the world now?
I'm in Plymouth at my mum's.
Oh,
so given your intro, I feel it's a little bit of a cheat.
Well, you still had to do the trip, right? You had to get to Plymouth.
Yeah. So called the train down on Thursday, standing room only, despite the fact that I had a seat reservation.
Oh no! Someone sat in your seat.
Yeah.
Someone sat in my seat. There were so many people in the way. I could see my seat. I couldn't get in it.
Were they all Sutton fans? Chris?
No, there was a Truro fan who I was chatting to.
Well, you must have had an interesting chat because you're at the wrong end of the table. Your few points, you've had the same amount of wins as Truro's this season. So it's turning out to be quite a big game, isn't it? Because they can get very close to you with a win.
Yes. It's certainly a do not lose. I think if we were to win, it would be very helpful. It would only be, I think, our 4th league win this season and our first away. So, it should. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Though, it's going to be. I had a look on City Mapper, door to door. it's 2 hours each way to Truro, so I know I've got some to the ground, so I know I've got some more distance to do today.
Have you got any concern though, Chris, that with this cold weather, that there's a chance that it might be postponed, or is that me putting out negative energy that you don't want to hear?
I don't want to hear that. Also, as well, I'm half northern, so this is fine.
Yeah.
This is your summer, mate.
Chris, can I ask you, what sort of expenses all this trip? Because you're going on Thursday and you're coming back, obviously, probably tomorrow, aren't you? Yeah?
Monday.
On Monday. So it's quite expensive to go and support your team, Sutton, all the way down to Truro.
Yeah, so like the train ticket was like 150 quid. I'm staying at my mum's. I'm not having to pay for accommodation. And it was like 20 quid for the match day ticket today. So
I bet you your mum's not letting you put your hand in your pocket either, and she's probably loving having you there and feeding you and all that kind of stuff. No, okay.
You might think that.
All right, well,
to be fair, she's insisting that she pays me back later. But yes.
Oh, nice. Well, good luck today. I hope it's a good game. Have you got any predictions for us, Chris?
2-1 to us.
You're so Listen, Chris, fair play to making the journey, 520-mile round trip. Enjoy it with the fans today.
Thank you.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one today. Making a trip to Truro. He looked like Erling Haaland's version of a Sutton.
Yeah, with hair extensions.
Yeah.
He had quite long hair, didn't he?
He did have long
hair.
hair.
But he seemed a very happy man.
He seemed happy. He just seemed happy to be about it.
Honestly, Shebahn, it always shocks me when I hear fans do some of the feats they do to go and watch their team. It's just extraordinary.
Yeah, this is your time to tell us where you're going today. 8-10-89. We'll read out some of them very, very soon. Where are you on the road to today? What game are you going to? Who are you travelling with? And how long will the journey be? 8-10-89 03717 223344. You can get in touch. And it's time now for a little bit of this. Honestly, I miss Mrs. Claus. We're dishing out the amazing prizes
on talkSPORT.
Yeah. All thanks to our friends at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. We're giving you and the friend a chance to win the ultimate trip of a lifetime to Vegas, baby. Picture you and your mate, upper class, flying from London to Vegas. Are you ready to party? Just makes me think of bridesmaids every time. Checking into a luxury spa villa. 4 brilliant nights at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas, and then we're going to send you to one of the games. The Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs. You might see Taylor Swift, you never know. And to top it all up, you've got 5,000 cash to play with as well. So look at your calendar, the 2nd to the 7th of January. This is usually saving time. We all stay at home. We could be sending you to Vegas for an absolute cracker. Good luck. Here's how you can get involved.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
So I'll go in the Ashes. John Norman is watching for talkSPORT. John, another wicket?
Another wicket, but we've had a lot of runs as well since you were last with me. A partnership between Bryden Carson, Gus Atkinson of 50. It's just come to an end. Australia, after pitching the ball up all day today and getting the outside edge or getting the ball into and on or around the stumps, bizarrely started to just pitch it short, bouncing Atkinson and Cast. Both took it on, and both took it on with good success. Atkinson is still there for 36, 2 sixes and 2 fours. Cast, though, who also peppered the boundary, has gone, moving around the crease and again trying to take on the short ball, this time getting into a bit of a tangle. So he's gone for 20, but the game continues at quick pace. England's lead now 194. That's nowhere near what they would have hoped for when they were 65 for 1. But at 88 for 6 and 105 for 7, he probably would have taken it. So Archer in now, and we still have a full session to come. The tea break is about 12 minutes away, so another 2.5 hours after they come back onto the field, and you feel that Australia will be batting quite shortly now. Atkinson 36, Archer 1, and England lead by 195 now. They're 155 for 8.
Exciting stuff, John. Thank you very much. Coming up next, we'll get into this morning's back pages. This is Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT Morning. How's it going? You're listening to talkSPORT Weekend Breakfast. Shebahn Aherne and Bromley's finest. Tony Cascarino is with you this morning. Some of your headlines: Monaco midfielder Paul Pogba set to make his long-awaited return from a doping ban this weekend. No, I'm not. I can't read this.
Go.
Boys are at the absolute wind-up this morning. I can't read it. Sam is here for a look at today's back pages. Good morning, Sam Stevens.
Oh dear.
You didn't want to mention Blackburn's wonderful result last night, Shebahn?
2-1, yeah.
Yeah, big win for Blackburn.
Yeah, big
last
win.
night.
Yeah, Blackburn's done
Preston
2-1.
Flying as well, haven't they, this season? So
Tell you what, isn't it lovely getting out of bed? I mean, not that we complain about doing this job, because we love doing this job, don't we? But isn't it lovely getting out of bed at this time of year when it's like 0 degrees, getting out of a comfortable, warm bed? You know what I mean?
Cass got tutted at this morning.
Did you?
I walked in, because I'm getting up really early. I don't sleep with the missus on the night.
She's
and
devastated.
I have to walk into the room sometimes. I go in, and as I go in, all I heard is...
But you shouldn't have your stuff in the room.
I go in, I'm thinking, well, you can slay in bed. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
I'm Team Joe on this. Get your stuff together and get it out.
I
the room.
did, but I forgot a belt. So I had to go back into the bedroom.
Oh, that's not good. That's never a good look, is it? Waking her up.
No, it was a tut.
Yeah.
The tut is,
Bet if you tutted at her, she'd absolutely come for you.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I was saying to Cass at the airport the other day, I was in Hanover, and a man, he was serving me a cup of tea, and he hurried me up to make my order.
Did he?
He went,
"Come on."
I said, "Hurry up, make your order, you stupid cow." I nearly leapt over the counter.
Yeah,
Honestly, I thought, oh my God, I'm hormonal. You're about to get it, pal.
Like, being tutted at is such a passive-aggressive way of being like, not that your wife obviously...
Or shushed.
I'll give her a benefit of that.
She was asleep.
She was dead right.
But when in public, when someone tuts you in a queue or something, you think, how do you think you are, honestly?
I
Get a grip.
I know.
Anyway, let's talk about the back pages, shall we? And piece in the Sun this morning by Samuel Luckhurst. Man United have a 3-man shortlist of Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba to bolster their midfield. Ruben Amorim wants to continue the strategy of targeting Premier League proven stars, which has worked well this season for him, and central midfield is the next stage of his project. Cass, now obviously, I mean, there's a real cigarette paper between those three in terms of their ability, but which of those do you think United would probably be best suited to sign, or vice versa, which player would be best suited to fit in at United, do you think?
Anderson, I'd go number 1, Baleba number 2, and Walter number 3.
Interesting.
And also the fact that I don't know if you could get Anderson, because Nottingham Forest, well, they have sold players before, but, they sold Elanga for 50 million. But I do think he's really, really come on leaps and bounds. But I like Baleba and I like Walton. So you said it absolutely perfectly, fine piece of paper between them three.
Mm-hmm.
All of them would give great service.
Were you impressed with Baleba against Man United?
Not really.
Yeah, I watched the game and I thought, I'm not disappointed that we missed out on him, kind of thing. I don't think he offered much, but he is still a great player.
No, but the thing is, Shebahn, he had his head turned in the summer.
That's it, yeah.
It clearly affected him, and he's only what is he, 20?
2021, he's a young lad, yeah.
He's a young lad, and he's going to have days where, I've watched him quite a lot, and he covers the ground. Brighton fans will tell you, he's probably not been nowhere near as good as he was last year, because last year he was superb for Brighton.
Yeah, no, true.
I think United would take any of those three to improve their midfield, though, wouldn't they? I mean, Casemiro is such an important player, but he's not getting any younger, and they're going to need to make that an area for priority over the next couple of months, aren't they? The other thing, or next a few months, I should say, if they can't buy in the summer or in the January window. And I was just going to mention this one to you as well, Cass. Stars get a longer Prem rest. John Cross this morning in the Mirror. It's in all the other papers as well. The Premier League season will kick off a week later next year to give players more recovery time after the World Cup. The 26-27 season will start on August the 22nd, which means there will be 89 days from the end of the current season and 33 clear days from next year's World Cup final. Prem bosses made the switch amid growing concerns over player welfare. The player welfare debate has been a bone of contention for a long time now. Do you think that this is enough of a?
What date's the World Cup final?
So I think it's the 11th of July, but someone outside there will probably.
Okay. You've got over a month there. That's plenty of time to recover. And if you were looking at, say, England get to the World Cup final, and there was even a South American team, there's probably a lot of their players playing in the England League anyway. You're getting a month to recover. Yeah, I do think it's necessary.
Yeah. Do you think that's long enough for players to recover?
Yeah, absolutely. Week? Yeah. You can have a 2-week break and then find yourself back in training. As look, players keep themselves in good nick anyway now when they're on holidays. 99% of them. So I don't. I think it's needed. I think there's not enough breaks in football at the moment. And it's just literally foot down, pedal down, and expectation is high quality performances. That suffers if you just keep continually playing. Every sport has breaks.
Yeah.
Tennis players have breaks. They choose their schedules. Golfers choose their schedules because they know they can't keep their body at full pelt all the time.
Just very quickly, because I know we've got to wrap, but very quickly, when you came back from USA 94, I know that you were injured for a lot of that tournament, but did you notice that you needed an extra break to recover from that?
No, I needed training because I didn't play enough football because I got injured in that World Cup. So, You do need a break. I mean, it's not just the playing and the fatigue. You're doing a lot of travelling, you know, and...
They say the travel adds to these injuries and lack of recovery as well. You know, it's a big part of it.
You need to get away from it for at least 10 days.
Yeah. Okay, Sam Stevens, thank you very much. One of the greatest sporting tournaments in the world is underway. The Ashes is underway. Here's John Norman with the latest.
England have been bowled out. 164. Atkinson, the final wicket to fall, picking out long leg on the hook. And it means that Australia need 205 runs to win this first Ashes test. How did it come to this? At the lunch break, England were 59 for 1. They led by 99. And seemingly they had control of the test match, only for Australia to come roaring back into this topsy-turvy, fast forward, tumultuous encounter. 9 wickets falling in the session. Duckett the first to go, caught second slip from the bowling of Scott Boland. Australia needed someone other than Mitchell Starc to step up, and Scott Boland did exactly that. He then nipped out Ollie Pope, so meaning both batters who'd gone in at the break were dismissed shortly after lunch. And when Harry Brook was caught in the slips, the second wicket in just 4 balls from Boland, Australia sniffed a chance to get their way back into the game. It became a roar when Joe Root edged onto his own stump. 76 for 5. England had lost 3 wickets without adding a run. And when Stokes went for just 2, Australia all over England. Smith was dropped second ball. He then went in controversial circumstances, caught behind on review, a 5-minute DRS, 105 for 7, before Bryden Carson, Gus Atkinson tucked in and chanced their arm to some short pitch bowling. Carse, Archer and Atkinson all holing out eventually, leaving Boland with the pick of the figures, 4 for 33. Stark 10 for the match, and now we'll see just how difficult it is to bat on this pitch when Australia come out to do so. 2.5 hours still to go after the tea break. 50 overs notionally. We won't get those in, but we'll know by stumps pretty much where the destination of this game's going if we get there. With England now bowled out, Australia need 205 runs to win.
Looking forward to it. John Norman, thank you so much. Back with us after tea in the Ashes. You're listening to Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. On the way, we're going to focus on Middlesbrough. Life without Rob Edwards next.
fancied having a beer in the stands while watching your team at the Emirates? Well, this season you actually can, and not just there. You can do it at Anfield, Goodison Park, Stamford Bridge and Old Trafford too. But hold on, I hear you cry. Isn't drinking alcohol in the stands at Premier League games illegal? You're right, for the men's game it still is, but the Women's Super League is doing something different. And here's how we got there. Back in the 1980s, football had a serious image problem. The sport was plagued by violence, pitch invasions and beer-fuelled chaos. From fan riots at the 1980 Scottish Cup final to the Heysel disaster years later, things were unsafe and the consequences were disastrous. Then in 1985, Margaret Thatcher's government stepped in. They introduced the Sporting Events Control of Alcohol Act, banning alcohol in view of the pitch across England and Wales. Since then, many fans and clubs have called for the law to be relaxed, especially since other sports don't face the same restrictions. If you're popping down to watch the Red Roses roar at Twickenham, feel free to grab a pint on the way to your seat. Wandering down to Lord's to catch some boundary bashing? Fill your boots with G&Ts. But if you were hoping to cheers your club's promotion to the Premier League with a Prosecco in hand from pitchside, sorry, it'll have to be tea or Bovril. In 2021, it looked like things might finally change. The government commissioned the Crouch Report, a fan-led review into football governance. One recommendation was to allow League Two and National League clubs to lift the alcohol ban to boost matchday revenue. But nothing came of it. Authorities still weren't convinced that fans could be trusted. And then in January 2025, something did change. The Women's Championship, now called the WSL2, launched a trial allowing fans to drink in the stands. The reasoning? Well, fans at women's matches tend to behave differently. Less aggression, more family-friendly vibes. Now, the women's game is raising the bar, literally. Select WSL and WSL2 stadiums are allowing fans to drink alcohol in view of the pitch. It's been a landmark move showing growing trust in fans and recognising that women's football is building its own culture. So could the men's game be the next to leave the 1980s behind? Well, maybe, if fans can prove they can handle a pint without pitching it at someone. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Until then, it's Bovril all around. Cheers to that.
Good morning, this is Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and Millwall Hall of Famer Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Coming up for you, Manchester City look to close the gap on Arsenal. They travel to St James's Park at tea time today. Pep Guardiola full of praise for Erling Haaland's blistering start to the season.
He's breaking a lot of personal, individual records and Premier League records. I think for Norwood records, so deserves to play a World Cup and live the experience. And yeah, so happy for him.
Man City, can they close the gap on Arsenal? You can let us know your thoughts this morning. All the updates coming on talkSPORT from 5:30. Burnley host Chelsea in our live commentary 12:30 today. Burnley boss Scott Parker has praised his former side and believes they'll be title contenders come the end of the season.
An outstanding coach. And yeah, it's a tough game for us a weekend, which we understand. But yeah, I see him as being in and around it this year for sure.
Yeah, sounds thrilling, Scott. And it's day 2 of the Ashes, and that has been very exciting. A thrilling opening day. talkSPORT's Steve Harmison saying you can't take your eyes away from it.
Not one point did I feel as though the game was starting to sort of meander. It was absolutely gripping from literally the first ball to the last ball, the wicket of Zach Crawley to the wicket of Scott Bowler.
It's tea time now, but John Norman has you covered here on talkSPORT. Everything else you need to know as the Premier League returns this afternoon, and of course the Championship. Everything you need to know to get you into your Saturday here on the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. So, Cass, Wolves take on Crystal Palace today. Huge game for Rob Edwards, making his debut as the Wolves manager. So they need to kickstart the campaign. They're 8 points from safety, but face a difficult test against Palace, who are undefeated against them in the last 9 meetings. How do you see this one going? I mean, it's a tough job.
Well, on the face of it, you're looking at a club that have appointed a new manager, hoping to get a spring in the step and get a victory out the gate, and you're taking on one of the best organised teams in Crystal Palace. So that's a real toughie for them, because Palace are a good side, and they play their system as well as anybody I've seen. So it's after the international break, Rob Edwards will find out. It's a tough challenge playing, under normal circumstances, you might think, Wolves get a result against Palace today. It's a lot tougher than just that.
Of course.
This side are tricky to play against. And Strand Larson needs to get going. You look at goal scorers, they've lost goals in their team. Even players like Ant Nouri have left, who were effective offensively. They've suffered. They've had to change a goalkeeper. There's been... It's a really weird one. At the moment, I think I just look at Wolves and think if Rob Edwards can keep them up, that would be one of the best decisions by the club that's actually worked, because they're miles off it at the moment.
I mean, what's interesting is when he was the Luton manager, his first Premier League win did come against Crystal Palace. So you just never know.
No, you don't. And, it's finding a team that you've got to hope that players are going to straight out trying to impress you and going to go out on the field and play their best type of performance, because it's going to be needed today.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's needed.
Let's head to the Championship and talk about Middlesbrough now. Middlesbrough fan Stephen Jackson from the 12th Man podcast is with us, all part of the talkSPORT Fan Network podcast group. Good morning to you, Stephen. How are you?
Stephen?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. I mean, are you over it yet? Have we moved on? Is the dust settled on Rob Edwards?
You've got to see both aspects, haven't you? You've got to see the human aspect of, he's gone home. He's gone to be close to his family. Wolves are a big club in his heart. You can obviously see by the way he speaks about them. But there's a way to do things, and for me, he didn't do it the right way.
No.
If he was open and honest straight away, instead of, I didn't really know, I wasn't really told about it, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
We just feel a bit stabbed in the back about it, that's all. But we're moving on. We've got our own things to get on with now. So, we've moved on now.
Stephen, tell us what did you feel about him as a manager and what he achieved at Borough, even though, he wasn't there in a particularly long time. What did you say was his big plus points?
The way he spoke. He was open and honest about the togetherness and how you brought everyone together in as one. Before Rob joined, obviously there was a lot of discontent about how things ended with Michael Carrick, how our season ended. We didn't know where we were with things, but he brought us all back together. And he was smart in the transfer window. His tactics weren't the worst. They were simple but effective. But He did a job, and I mean, look where we are in the league. Second in the league. No one expected us to be there. Even the most optimistic Borough fan never expected that. So I thought he did a really good job. I thought we started well, and I thought we could kick on from there. But obviously, he had different ideas.
Do you want him to do well? That's a no.
To be honest, I'm not bothered. I'm not really bothered. If let him crack on. We've got our own thing. We've got our own things to do. We've got to focus on ourselves now.
Yeah, you don't want to ill on anybody really. At the end of the day,
No.
good luck to him. But you're right, you've got to move forward. Away to Oxford today. Do you still believe the promotion push is alive and well? Without Rob?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. We've got the squad to do it. We're strengthening every aspect of our on the pitch. We don't know what the new manager is going to be bringing in when eventually he does join the club. Obviously, Adi Vivash is still part of the setup. He's taken the team today. He still has the same sort of setup that Rob had. The team will still be exactly the same. But yeah, we've got a strong enough squad. We've got a strong enough belief about the fans, the squad, the club. Everyone's just in it together that we can believe in. We can give it a good go this season.
So Kim Helberg, he's the guy now linked to Middlesbrough. He was linked with the Swansea job before, but he's believed to be on the verge of moving to Borough. You happy with that? What do you know about him?
I'm not going to lie. I think if anybody came on and said, "Oh, I know loads about him," they would be lying to you. He seems to be a bit of the unknown, but I think that's what Middlesbrough do. Mm-hmm. We bring in the unknown. We've gone with managers with a bit of the unknown about them. Aitor Karanka, when he came to England, no one really knew about him. But what I've seen about him, what I've done my homework wise, he looks an expansive manager. He looks like he plays out from the back. He likes to play with the football. He's not just a direct manager. And he looks very lively. What I've seen of him as well, he looks very connected with the fans. They speak very highly of him in Sweden. They seem to know or thought that he was destined for something a bit bigger in England. That's what he's always aimed for. And, we're ready for him. If he wants to come and give it a go with us, we'll welcome him with open arms.
Fair play, Stephen. Thank you so much. Good luck
Stephen.
then. Away to Oxford today. Hope you get a win.
Thank you. Take care.
Lovely stuff. Stephen Jackson from the 12 Man podcast, all part of the talkSPORT Fan Network podcast group. Don't forget, 2 commentaries from the Champ today. Coventry take on West Brom. That's 12:30 over on talkSPORT. And then if you stay there, Leicester take on Stoke at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then tomorrow, 12 o'clock, the Steel City Derby, Wednesday, against Sheffield United from 12 o'clock here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, Cole Palmer. He's stubbed his toe, he's broken his toe, freak injuries at home. Cass has had a freak injury. Put the kettle on, because Cappuccino with Cascarino is on the way next on talkSPORT.
She said, do you come from a land down under? Women go and men wonder.
Morning. This is the weekend breakfast here on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and Tony Cascarino with you. We're live on your smart TV as well. You get your new bins on. I like the brown.
Yeah, bit of a change.
Yeah, they look nice.
Someone said to me yesterday, how many glasses you got? And I said, 3 pairs.
What's the other pair?
Oh, you haven't seen the blue one. I've got the turquoise, but I've got a bluey colour.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll wear them, one day.
Surprises.
When I'm matching up.
Okay.
As I get told.
Okay. Yeah, I love that Joe's dressing him now. That's what you need. Men at work there, down under. We are well underway in the Ashes so far. It's been absolutely incredible. Hooked, cannot take your eyes off it. Also on the Sports Bar, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy were discussing one of the creatures that you may see in Oz. They're cute as anything, the koala.
I've held a koala bear.
Have you?
Yep.
Yeah. How was it?
Come out of it all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you only held it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hugged it.
Hugged it.
They're very friendly. They eat eucalyptus leaves. That's what they eat.
Yeah.
There's only one.
All
What?
I'm saying, if you need an out, guys, there's one for you.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
So
Koala bear carries chlamydia.
I've never seen a koala bear in Ibiza.
Oh my God, you've killed me. Just break, I can't.
That's brilliant. Jason's got, honestly, I've known Jason since he was a young lad. And honestly, he's such a funny guy to be around.
There's only like one show.
Jamie's, them two are doing brilliant.
Yeah,
It's really
it's an amazing show. I love the Sports Bar. Every morning I listen back to the Sports Bar because I don't have a life. But only those two can sit and talk about the clap.
Do you know, Cundy, when I was, he used to get a £5 note, right?
Mm-hmm.
On that little string, when you put it, you can literally lay it down on the pavement and it'd be attached, and someone would go and pick it up and he'd ping it, and as they went to grab it, he used to find it hilarious. So he'd have this £5 on a piece of string that was really fine. You couldn't see it.
Yeah.
But it had a little button thing that you
away.
could just drag it away from the person. Yeah. So he thought it was hilarious. Him and Graham Stewart, Bobby Stewart we used to call him, but Graham played for Everton and Chelsea, them two. And it's like, how old are they?
Yeah. Well,
that's
lads.
Cundy.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Very funny.
Oh, story time now. Get the kettle on.
Oh dear, yeah, my
get
story.
Your coffee in.
That was my story.
That was it. All done. It's time for this now.
A cappuccino with Cascarino on talkSPORT. Yummy.
So Cole Palmer, obviously, he's got this. He's had a strain, hasn't he? But now he's stubbed his toe on a door. One of those weird injuries, but it puts him out for the next few weeks. But you had one of those weird ones, didn't you, at one point?
What, a twisted sock? No. I was playing for Gillingham, and we had an FA Cup tie against a non-league team. Can't even remember who it was, but it was somewhere around the Midlands way. And I travelled up, and I had a bit of an issue under my armpit. And I remember thinking, it's a bit sore. And I sort of carried on. As the journey went on, by the time I got to the stadium, I felt really unwell.
Oh.
And a lot of lads saying, you don't look good. And I'm saying I don't feel great as well. So I've had to pull out the game. I've sat on the bench, but not obviously wrapped up in this coat when I'm shaking and just don't feel good at all. And then, obviously, we played the game, we got the coach back, and I deteriorated on the journey back. So I got back to Gillingham, but the next day I had an appointment to go to the Medway Hospital, and I had a cyst under my armpit.
Okay.
And it got infected.
Oh.
And it was awful, Shebahn. I had to then book in to have to cut the cyst. Honestly, and
did you see it?
No, because I was laying down and my arm was sort of back behind my head, so I didn't see it. And they were working at the side of me.
How big we talking? Was it like golf ball size?
Just slightly smaller, but it was incredibly painful, and I felt so unwell. And it was amazing. The moment they cut it, and obviously the gump come out,
stop.
Right, I was literally better within minutes. Really? It was like the whole of my pain had just gone in a moment. And so this cyst under my arm was like, and I missed like 3 weeks because I had stitches.
Yeah.
Because where they cut it, I had to.
That's it with footballers and athletes. Like the odd random thing is going to happen to you. You know, you're a human being at the end of the day.
The guy that did it said to me, it's a sort of a hair, you know.
Oh, and it's gone a bit infected.
It's got infected and created this cyst, and so you've had to have it.
The ingrown hair.
So it was. But of course, you know, after about 2 or 3 weeks, and when I came back to the squad and the typical banter of the dressing room, they played this song. Let's go on this song, because
it started with a kiss.
Right. Started with a kiss. You know what they sang to me when I came?
Started with a cyst.
It started with a cyst. And I remember laughing at coming back to because I was away. I didn't train with the team for about a week. You know, afterwards, and I came in, and as it came in, and one of the lads who's not with us, Dave Memmott, who played for Gillingham and Millwall, who's not with us anymore, sadly. He was a good friend of mine. And Mem was behind it. It was all like, it started with a cyst. Here he comes. Honestly, I look back at them days so much.
Yeah,
just great time.
Good times.
Yeah, that was my odd. It was the only time I ever had a sort of. It wasn't even an injury really, but it was something that stopped me playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Random one indeed. And if you've just had your coffee and wanted to vomit at the same time, good morning. We do apologise for that. That was Cappuccino with Cascarino on talkSPORT.
A cappuccino with Cascarino on talkSPORT. Yummy.
Speaking of cysts, John Norman is back with us. John, I'm only joking. It's all go at the Ashes. How's it all looking after tea?
Oh, I tell you what, this is an extraordinary test match, and who knows where it's going to go. Australia sprung a surprise. Usman Khawaja, who didn't open the batting due to back spasms, meaning he was off the field at the start of Australia's first innings, again is struggling. So his place has been taken by Travis Head. Travis Head is not a natural opener in Test cricket, but he's one of the most explosive batters in world cricket. So I think this could be a masterstroke for Australia if it pays off. Head could get on top of any bowling attack, but boy oh boy, if the second delivery that he faced from Jofra Archer, which pitched in line, it swung, it seemed, and bounced and beat the outside edge. Archer with a terrific record against left-handers, and if that's anything to go by, then this target that Australia have been set, 205, is going to be incredibly difficult. There have been signs today, even though England lost 9 wickets in the session, that the pitch has eased up a touch after yesterday, but we shall see. So 205 the target, all of that after England collapsed in that afternoon session. 59 for 1 at lunch, a lead of 99, then bowled out for 164 just before the tea break, a lead of 204. So the target 205. Jake Weatherald on debut, he was out for a duck first innings, and he's still yet to get off the mark in second. So lots of pressure on. And for the first time in this test match, a run has been scored in an innings before a wicket has fallen. 0 for 1 in innings 1, 2 and 3. Australia, though, 3 without loss. They need 202. England need 10 wickets.
And cheers, Sean, by the way, over on talkSPORT 2, 10 o'clock, all the fallout from day 2, the first test in the Ashes. With following on, coming up next on the Weekend Breakfast, we're going to speak to a woman with her foot firmly on the accelerator in the world of F1. morning, this is the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Shebahn Aherne and former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino with you today. In your headlines, McLaren's Lando Norris took pole position in a wet qualifying session for the Vegas Grand Prix with teammate and title rival Oscar Piastri only 5th. Andre Goodjohnson headed home a second half winner. Blackburn stunned Preston at Deepdale to make it 4 wins from the last 5. Fair play. And the last round of the Rugby Union Autumn Internationals take place this weekend. So let's get an update on the rugby in partnership with Tenor Men.
Autumn Internationals update on talkSPORT with Tenor Men. Upgrade your protection now. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
And here's everything you need to know for the weekend ahead with talkSPORT's Alfie Reynolds.
So England play their final match of 2025 on Sunday against Argentina. Steve Borthwick named his team for the clash on Wednesday, but injury news coming out of the England camp, as the assistant coach, Richard Wigglesworth, has been telling me.
So Fraser Dingwall unfortunately hasn't recovered from a slight side issue that he had in the game, so he's out the game and Max Ajomo comes straight in at 12 for him.
So Max Ajomo comes in. He made his debut for England earlier this year against the USA, and it makes it 7 changes for Steve Borthwick's side from that which beat New Zealand last weekend. Ben Spencer is another one of those. He starts at scrum half, and if England were to beat Argentina, it would be their 11th win in a row.
Momentum in sport is huge, and you know, it's not really something that we've spoken about too much in terms of that 11 on the bounce. But look, every time each of us pulls on that shirt, you know, we want to play to the best of our ability, and Sunday's no different. I think, like I said before, we know the challenge that Argentina are going to bring, and you know, it's one that we're going to relish and hopefully give the fans something to cheer about.
So, one more game to go for England in 2025. What would it mean to them to finish on a high and keep momentum going into 2026?
I think it's just really important that we keep turning up and trying to improve. Now, if a bounce of a ball and a couple of bounces of the ball or a couple of decisions go a different way, but we have played the way that we want to do in the right manner, and then we'll always be able to live with it, because we were stood here last year going to the last week with different conversations, but we were saying the same thing, like we want to learn and get better. So that's what we're going to do this week.
So Australia, Fiji and New Zealand have all made the trip to Twickenham this November and have all departed defeated. Will that happen once again this weekend? The final game of the autumn for England is against Argentina.
Yeah, looking to turn it up to 11, take that unbeaten run under Steve Borthwick to 11 today. With a win over Argentina, they can do that. Also, Cash, just looking at Ireland, South Africa, Aviva today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be magic. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely rocking.
Yeah, Scotland got Tonga tomorrow, England have Argentina tomorrow, and then next Saturday Wales take on South Africa in the autumn internationals. Let's look ahead to one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs today. Brighton host Brentford at the Amex. Cass.
Yeah, great game. Really good. Look, think about this, Shebahn. Brentford have done really well under Keith Andrews, yeah? You know, change of manager in the summer. You've had Thiago come in. He's second highest goal scorer now in the Premier League, Thiago, leading the line for Brentford. Sharda's come on leaps and bounds. And then you've got, in the other camp, you've got players like Minter, who are a different class. I'd say Welbeck, 6 goals in the Premier League so far this season. Done brilliantly well. So, yeah, the likes of Henderson for Brentford. It's just a really intriguing game.
It is intriguing because they're level on points.
Yeah.
Brighton just above them, 11th, Brentford in 12th.
Yeah.
You know, Brentford have been a bit of a surprise in themselves.
And there's also there's a lot of rivalry in the boardroom, you know.
Yeah.
Because of the Bloom at Brighton, and then you've got Matthew Benham at Brentford, who used to work as partners.
Yep.
You know, and then, I mean, I don't know their situation today, but if they broke up and they've gone their own ways, there's obviously some sort of, I'm not sure if there's much love there. They put it that way.
Well, I've lost. Fabian Hurtzler going to have his 50th Premier League game today.
It's gone quick, innit? He was a young. Well, I remember.
He's 32 now.
I was going to say, because I remember going last year and interview. Well, I didn't interview him. He was doing a press conference, and I asked him a couple of questions, and I kept thinking, how young is he? So young.
Well ahead of his time.
Yeah.
In the Premier League. And fair play to him, doing a good job. All the updates from Brighton against Brentford coming up for you here on talkSPORT today on Game Day Live. We're going to talk about the world of Formula One now. We can speak to a woman making waves in the sport with her Instagram reels. Her name's Bella James, and here she is in action.
I'm an F1 girlie. Of course I don't need a boyfriend when I've got Alex Albon's end plate. I'm an F1 girlie. Of course I have road rage. Move! I'm an F1 girlie. Of course I spend all my money on racing jackets. I'm an F1 girlie. Of course I'm always branded. Bella James speaking. I'm an F1 girlie. Of course I have a shrine.
Bella, you need to be watching the smart TV to fully get it. You're with us now. Morning, Bella. How are you?
You're better.
Thanks for having me on. I was just laughing and also embarrassed at myself, but proud.
But you're like totally taking over the internet with this in the F1 world. How's everything going?
Yeah, really good. I've been doing content for like 6 years, but the last year has been pretty mental. So in the best way possible. So no complaints at all.
So how much interaction do you have with the drivers, or do you have any contact? Because obviously you've become more famous over that 6 year period, haven't you?
Yeah, not as much contact as I would like.
That's the next step.
Yeah, that is the next step. But yeah, I've met a fair few of them, maybe 5 out of 20 or something like that. But there's more to be done. But yeah, they're all, everyone's I have met, they're all great.
This is the thing with your job, Bella, as well, because there are some people who are like F1 purists or any sports purists, and now content's such a big part of it. And some people don't understand that yet. Is it being received well, the content?
Yeah, it has. To be fair, it's all a really, really nice place to be as well. There's not many of F1 content creators, and it is mainly women as well, which is kind of surprising given that obviously it's a male-dominated sport. Kind of what sport isn't? But yeah, it's really good. It's a nice community, so I haven't had any bad experiences. Fingers crossed.
Bella, tell us where the love of racing come from.
My dad did love Formula One, but I wasn't really bothered because he was a Lewis Hamilton fan, but Lewis was winning for like 6 years in a row when he was watching, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna bother. Even he was getting bored with the same person winning every year. So it was the basic answer of Drive to Survive, to be honest, the Netflix series. So I can't claim that I'm any diehard original fan.
I've got to ask you, because there's Molly Hudson in the Times today, and her headline on her piece is, "It's no longer just petrol heads, how F1 is winning over female audience."
Yeah, 18 to 24 females are the fastest growing in F1 at the moment as fans.
And Drive to Survive was a huge part of that as well, right?
Yes, definitely. That increase, I mean, I really don't have any specific stats, but it was like increased their audience by like 200% or something ridiculous.
Yeah, no, the numbers were massive in terms of the amount of women and girls that then came into Formula One. It's the right thing to do. They're obviously getting it right. Obviously, it's Vegas this weekend. How do you see this one going, Bella?
Yeah, Vegas is an interesting one. It's not the most, interesting of tracks. It's also, I would have thought it would be warm, but it's actually cold there and it's raining.
I saw that rain, yeah, hammering down this morning.
Yeah. I'm actually not jealous of the people that are there, so I'm fine at home.
It does look absolutely amazing, though. Like, as a spectacle, I think the Vegas Grand Prix just looks incredible. Bella, where can we watch your stuff? Where can we find you and follow you and DM you and all that? Stalk you?
It's Bella James, but the first E is an X because Bella James is taken, unfortunately.
You're very
cool. EXLLA James everywhere, or Bella James will come up, hopefully.
Brilliant. You're doing podcasts as well for F1?
Yeah, I've just launched my own show. It's just it's not a podcast. It's like just shorter than 10 minutes. Sat in a car, different car each time, different guest each time. Obviously, light-hearted, entertaining kind of show or series, if you will. So that's fun.
Brilliant, Bella. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. Enjoy the Vegas Grand Prix, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, Bella.
Thanks, Bella. Take care. Don't forget, talkSPORT's John Jackson going to be across all of the F1 from Vegas this weekend. And the Ashes, what a sporting event. This is, some would say, the best sporting tournament in the world, is well and truly underway. Here's John Norman with what's happening now.
Well, if Australia win this, I'm not saying that, that's for sure. 24 without loss, the target 205, so Australia need 181 runs to win what would be one hell of a comeback. England at lunch, 59 for 1, with Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope seemingly secure at the crease, only for England to lose 9 wickets in the afternoon session. And Australia has sprung a surprise with Travis Head opening in place of Usman Khawaja, who's been struggling with back spasms. In first innings, it was Marnus Labuschagne who was promoted up the order, but I think this is a canny move by Australia, who know that they can't really follow their tactics from first innings on a pitch which is giving the bowlers plenty. They can't just hang back and wait for the ball to get soft. By that point, they might be 6 or 7 down. So they've sent out a man who can basically get on the front foot and propel Australia off to a good start. England thought they had a wicket though. Jake Weatherald on debut, finally getting off the mark to huge cheers inside another full house at the Perth Stadium. Given out on field, caught behind, only for the third umpire, when asked to look, detecting that the ball had not hit the inside edge of the bat, it had actually just clipped the top of the thigh. So Weatherald remains. He was 7 then, he's 11 now. All eyes are on Travis Head. 16 from 20. Australia need 178 to win the game. England still need 10 wickets. Australia 27 without loss after England, who at lunch, as I say, 59 for 1, well, ended up getting bowled out for 164. Wow, how important will that session be? Not just in terms of this match, but in terms of the series as a whole. Australia 27 without loss.
Brilliant, John. Thank you very much across it all for us today. Then over on talkSPORT 2 at 10 o'clock, the inquest to the first test will continue. talkSPORT 2 with following on. By the way, live for you tonight, 4 world titles and 4 weight divisions ahead of you. A night of champions as David Monster Benavidez takes on Brett Anthony Yard for the WBC World Light Heavyweight title. On a card also featuring Devin Haney and Bam Rodriguez. You can watch it tonight with our friends on DAZN.
Autumn Internationals update on talkSPORT with Tenor Men. Upgrade your protection now. Find out more at tenormen.co.uk.
Good morning. This is not early breakfast. This is weekend breakfast on talkSPORT.
Wrong show.
Forgot where I was there for a minute, Cass. My name's Shebahn Aherne Tony.
Comes quick though, doesn't it?
It
At the weekend, no, it does. The weekend is like feels like yesterday where we were talking about all the international games last weekend.
I know.
All the excitement around them, and here we are. A week later.
Oh, we're going to do it again in just a moment. We'll talk about the internationals because we're not over it yet. By the way, qualifying for the Las Vegas Grand Prix has just finished. Here's talkSPORT's Piers Pryor with all the info you need.
A rain-affected qualifying at the Las Vegas Grand Prix saw the drivers take to the circuit for the very first time on wet tyres in Las Vegas Grand Prix history. They were all scrabbling for grip, but in the end, on the final lap, Albon crashed, which saw Tsunoda, Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton go out of the main drivers in the top teams. Hamilton will start last on the grid tomorrow. A massive track evolution as we headed into Q2 as a couple of drivers toyed with the intermediate tyres, but all of the top three in the championship made it through no major shocks there. The final part of qualifying, the all-important last run, the track was drying out and all of the top drivers went on intermediates for the first time as a dry line started to appear. Sainz in the Williams made it through to Q3 and was quick early on, but it all came down to the last lap as the circuit was drying out lap on lap, and it was championship leader Lando Norris from McLaren that was the fastest, setting a gauntlet and doing a brilliant final lap to take pole position ahead of world champion Max Verstappen. Carlos Sainz again right there in P3, he's going to be a cat amongst the pigeons, and then George Russell, last year's winner P4, only P5 for championship second place driver and teammate to Norris, Oscar Piastri. It's going to be an interesting race. Rain is not forecast. I'll be giving you updates on talkSPORT live from 4 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Early one for you, Piers Pryor. He'll be with us first thing in the morning with the updates from Vegas. We were just talking about the international break there. It was absolutely incredible. Everything that went down for Northern Ireland, for Ireland, for Wales, for Scotland as well. And it's time now for a bit of this.
We know we ain't no Argentina, but we got John McGinn, and Rob Boyd on the wing, no Scotland, no party.
Just the ultimate earworm. If every country could make themselves a version of this, you'll be having a good time regardless. Singer-songwriter from Scotland, Nick Morgan, is with us now, the man behind this. Good morning, Nick.
Hiya, Nick.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Got to be honest, Nick. Great tune. Really, really clever. Great lyrics and real fast, upbeat music. Great stuff.
Thank you so much. Glad you like it.
Nick, when we qualified, you were one of the first people that came into my head, and I thought, right, is Nick already got a track on the go, like for when we go to the USA? And you've been inundated because I've been looking at your social media, and everyone's like, right, surely are we going to rework this song? What's the plan?
Yeah, I wasn't planning to at all, because I think, like, you hear people even when the track's still played, you hear people saying, "Oh, that brings back memories of Euro 2024 in Germany." So I didn't really I was worried about kind of watering down the nostalgic feel about it. But the amount of people have had message me is crazy, just saying, "Look, please tell me you're rewriting the lyrics so we can sing along in the World Cup." So I think I'll just need to maybe do that and change the lyrics a wee bit, just so you can obviously play it in the radio stations and people can enjoy it again.
So obviously the names of the song will remain in terms of the players. So we've got John McGinn, Rob out in the wing, but where can we amend it? So we'll boogie on, and what are we going to say instead of Berlin?
There's a few that you could have. If we win, boogie on in Boston. Boston is maybe not as rhyme, but Boston, Washington. I know there's no games in Washington. Houston, something that ends in.
Yeah.
Well, boogie on in Houston. Yes, it works.
Aye, and then you've got obviously on our way to Germany, on our way to USA. There's 3 things. I'm going to keep the version the exact same. It's just going to be the lyrics are going to be different, so you wouldn't even notice listening to difference. It's just going to be the same.
So that's your exclusive this morning, Scotland fans. Nick Morgan is going to release a USA version, but are you going to work on an original now for the World Cup?
Aye, funnily enough, I have been working on for a while now, just kind of messing about with ideas, and then something came up, and I thought it was quite good. So it's more of a dance vibe to it. It's more, no, Scotland Party was more of a chanty one, but this is more in the nightclubs and getting.
Well, what was it in '98? It was Scotland be home soon, wasn't it? We'll be home. Don't come home too soon.
Yeah. We were talking about them the other week, and everybody now sees your song, Nick. I mean, okay, we're very passionate when it comes to O Flower of Scotland, of course, the national anthem and Proclaimers and whatever like that. But your tune is the tune. Is it done well for you? Is it changed life for you, Nick?
It's crazy. See, just in terms of getting gigs and that, and it's brilliant. You know what I mean? And then just hearing it still being enjoyed is, even in the run up to the tournament. And then I think someone sent me a video of 2 young girls in Vietnam backpacking. They're just in like a wee shed hut with karaoke and no Scotland No Party. So it's crazy that it's just kind of still going after Euro 2024.
Amazing. Yeah, when you think of the name of the song and it's No Scotland, No Party, like in that itself, it's like, I remember Freddie Mercury talking about, he had a bit of a challenge with the drummer about Queen, and they wanted an anthem and a song, and they just come up with We Are the Champions. And, it's amazing. No, but a simple concept that comes together so well. And I look at this song and No Scotland, No Party, and immediately as I heard it, I thought, what a great name for a record.
What's the
obviously it's worked brilliantly because you are going to party now.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the title of the new song going to be for the World Cup? Can you tell us?
I'm thinking Scotland's on Fire.
Hold on a minute. Scotland's on fire. I've got something in my head here, Nick.
That's a reference to, this is why so I'm not giving too much away, but Scotland in fact, so it's a slight reference to the
Freed from Desire.
Freed from Desire.
Oh, you're giving away your clues.
It's not a cover of that, it's just there's a slight reference to it.
Have you booked your flights you're going to go?
It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it, in terms of waiting to see where we're going to be, and it's just such a vast area, isn't it, with Mexico, Canada, America, so I'm definitely going to be there without a doubt.
Amazing. Amazing. We're going to be singing your songs as well. Nick, let us know when it's written, and we'll do the exclusive of the song for the World Cup for the Scotland fans, okay?
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks for having us on.
Cheers, Nick. Bye-bye.
God bless you, Nick Morgan. Alan Brazil once made up a rumour that we used to go out with each other. Do you remember that, Sam, when we were in Germany? And everyone was like, did you used to go out with Nick Morgan? I'm like, what? No, stop listening to Alan Brazil.
Well, I always say, what else can you do with a rumour? Is spread it. Just spread it. And Alan's the perfect spreader of rumours. The amount of times he's done it. Oh, he did it to me once.
Yeah, I know.
Spread a rumour.
He's full of it.
Really?
I was out in Germany. My husband texted me saying, tell me about the Scottish guy that used to be with the singer. Anyway, Nick Morgan, what an absolute tune it was, and it went everywhere. Okay, update from the Ashes coming next. You listen to the Weekend Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Morning.
Has been, but now with me to
Monaco, Singapore, Las Vegas. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all F1 street circuits. 20 years ago, the sports only visited 3 a year. From 2026, there'll be 10, despite the actual racing often being worse. So why? Why are there so many street circuits? Cars racing past the Casino Monte Carlo is one of the iconic images in all of sport. But in the last few years, it's been joined in the Street Circuit Club by the dazzling Grand Prix on the Las Vegas Strip, in Miami, Azerbaijan and others. And there's no sign of the trend slowing down. The streets of Madrid have also gotten involved, and there are conversations about Grand Prix in the capitals of Thailand and Rwanda. But fitting them in means we said goodbye to classic circuits like Hockenheim and Imola, angering fans who are still packing out the European tracks like Spa, the Hungaroring and Monza. And these generally produce more wheel-to-wheel action than street circuits too. At Silverstone in 2025, there were a total of 26 on-track overtakes. At Monaco, 4. I'm an F1 enthusiast. Even I struggle with that. But it appears to be a good step. In 2025, there was a record 2.3 million strong viewership for the Monaco Grand Prix in the US alone. Meanwhile, for the British Grand Prix several weeks later, 1.5 million tuned in. So why are we seeing this drive towards street circuits? Well, no prizes for guessing. Money. Formula One demands a fee of between $20 and $60 million for the rights to even hold an event. In total, including sponsorships, it's believed officials in Saudi Arabia pay almost $100 million for their race. The huge fees are possible because of the street track's city centre locations, as people staying at hotels at inflated prices and tourist sites brimming with visitors mean the cities rake the cash back in when the race comes to town. So it makes financial sense for Formula One and the cities, but will it cost the sport in the long run if F1 races are too boring? After all, nothing beats the roar of an F1 car as it flies through the forests of Europe, or mechanics watching a storm coming across the humid Asian countryside. Take that away and, well, you may as well just watch American IndyCar.
To Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT with me, Shebahn Aherne, and former Chelsea and Millwall striker Tony Cascarino.
Good morning.
Coming up for you today, 3 o'clock, Wolves take on Crystal Palace as Rob Edwards makes his debut in the Wolves dugout. And he says the chance to return and manage his former club was one he simply could not turn down.
This was something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And I didn't know if this job would ever come up again for me. The opportunity might never ever come up for me to be able to be the head coach of this club.
Following his dreams, can't knock him for that. And in the other 3 o'clock game today, Liverpool take on Nottingham Forest at Anfield. Forest manager Sean Dyche says Liverpool remain a strong side despite their recent wobble.
They're a good outfit without a shadow of a doubt. They've just had a bit of a tough spell, and that can happen. An indifferent spell, really. People forget, you beat Real and everyone's buzzing, and then you lose against Man City, and it kind of flattens it out again. That can happen.
And just imagine Sean Dyche went, yeah, they're average. Not going to happen, is it? And West Ham travelled to Bournemouth looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce. Hammers manager Nuno admitted his side will need to be at their best to get a result.
I admire him. I know him from some while now in
more than anything is what we're going to face at Bournemouth on the Saturday. Is a tough opponent.
Full day of fixtures ahead, and we'll also have all of the updates on day 2 from the first test of the Ashes throughout the morning on talkSPORT, building up to all of the football as well. This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Good morning. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks of international football. Cass is happy, Ireland's happy, Northern Ireland's happy, Wales are happy, the Scots are happy, and the England, well, they try to be happy when they can. But 2 weeks away, and the Premier League is back today.
Oh, the Premier League, we've missed you. And it's about to heat up again. Are you ready for it? He's got a square ball for Neto, who rubs salt into the Wolves' wound. Burnley have just taken the lead, and it's Zian Fleming.
Chelsea looking like they're starting to become a little bit formidable. Man City going through the gears.
Oh, there we go. Jeremy Doku has just made it Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0.
Level of performance, don't look anywhere near it. Too many players not playing well.
Stands on the cross, Joe Linton! Back-to-back home victories for the Hammers.
He's got the people skills as well as all the defensive organisational skills to be a very good manager.
Probably the nicest game of the season to watch and to play.
Back out, whacked in beautifully by Zubamendi. What a finish!
It is one of English football's iconic fixtures.
First time shot takes a deflection, it's in, and Richarlison scores.
This is something that is in our hands.
It's going to be a good one. 12:30 for you today here on talkSPORT. Burnley take on Chelsea, then 3 o'clock. Get a hold of this: Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Sunderland, Liverpool, Forest, Wolves, Crystal Palace, then 5:30. Parked in front of the couch for a little bit of Newcastle taking on Manchester City, 5:30. Cass, we're going to look ahead now to Bournemouth against West Ham, and Wolves take on Crystal Palace. They're the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Wolves start life under the new manager Rob Edwards against Crystal Palace. It's funny because Rob Edwards' first win as the Luton manager in the Premier League came against Crystal Palace after the November international break. Maybe it's a good sign for him. West Ham also look to continue their uptick in form under boss Nuno Espirito Santo. They've got Bournemouth away. Real pressure, isn't there, on sides to just kind of keep picking up the points. But someone who can discuss both of these games with us now, a man who played for both clubs, Matt Jarvis. Good morning, Matt.
Hiya, Matt.
Good morning. How are we?
Yeah, we're good. Matt, West Ham have had back-to-back victories, beating Newcastle 3-1 and Burnley 3-2. It was really needed and got themselves level with Burnley. But there's been a few changes within that. Like we've seen Freddie Potts come in, 22-year-old, and also Callum Wilson going back to his former club, which would be nice for him.
Yeah, you're spot on. 2 really important victories for not just for Nuno, but for the players, for the fans, for everyone, because it's been a real tough time this season. But the 2 players you mentioned, I think massively important was Callum Wilson to come back to be that focal point. He's so good when he's fit and he's enjoying his football. He can hold the ball up. He's a great goal scorer. He just, what he does for the team is huge. And then you mentioned Freddie Potts. I think the West Ham fans have been waiting for the next person to come through the academy and to get into the first team. And he's been outstanding. But you don't want to give him so much pressure that every week he's got to be performing. He's a young lad. He's just got in the team, and he's a fantastic player, and he's got that energy which I think they were massively missing.
Matt, I was at the Crystal Palace Bournemouth game, and for 60 minutes, Bournemouth were the best team I'd seen in the Premier League this season. Yeah. They were frightening. And Semenya, Krupi, Tavernier and Brooks and players like this that they've got in, this is a really dangerous team that somehow, they've got the solidity of Scott and Adams, Tyler Adams in midfield. So they're a really well-developed team after selling all that talent in the summer.
Yeah, I know. It's phenomenal how teams can just lose good players and then they just fill them in and then just carry on like nothing's happened. And I think, the manager has to take a lot of plaudits for that, to the way he handles it. But as you mentioned, the team is really good, and especially at home. And I just think that flowing football, the power and the pace that they have, directness, and they've had a couple of bad defeats, which they they wouldn't have wanted because they've started quite well. So
Matt,
it's
stay
how
with
they
us
turn around.
right there, Matt. Please stay right there. Sorry to interrupt you. We need to go straight down under. There's been a wicket in the cricket, Matt. We'll come straight back to you. John.
Oh, England needed this desperately because Australia was starting to run away with things. It's a wicket. It's come thanks to Bryden Cass, who bowled beautifully well in first innings. He's gone for 26 from his 2 overs, but he's just dismissed Jake Weatherall. Just a touch of fortune on this dismissal. England won't care. Weatherall on the pull, and he looks like he's inside edged it onto his body, and the ball has just ballooned up, and their simple catch has been taken. Australia's still massive favourites from here, but on this pitch and in a game where so many wickets have fallen in clusters, you never know. Weatherall's gone for 23. Travis Head's still there. 49 from just 35 balls. Australia only need 130 runs. They're 75 for 1, but England will just breathe a huge sigh of relief. Can they make that inroad count? It's Marnus Labuschagne walking to the crease. He's under a lot of pressure himself. So the England fans who've travelled in their thousands will be back and trying to roar on the England team, who need wickets. 9 of them. Australia need 130. They're 75 for 1.
All right, bit of good luck there for England. John Norman back with us very soon from the Ashes, Matt. What a cow that I had to interrupt you there. Cursing and everything. Well, we've still got you as well, Matt. Antoine Semenyo in this 65 million release clause in January. I mean, do you see him going anywhere, getting a January move? He's been unbelievable this season.
Do I see him moving? I think that's a really difficult question. I think teams will definitely want him, and I think he's a phenomenal player. I really do. I think he's been doing it for a couple of years now. But just the way that he progresses up the field, like he's one of them players that if you're struggling, you can give him the ball and he'll take the pressure off. He'll drag your team up the pitch. But he's scoring goals now. He's got assists. And he can do everything. Both feet. So I'm not surprised that teams will be in for him. I'm just not sure that Bournemouth will desperately want it. But if he's got the release clause, then someone will have to pay it.
Also, Matt, he's actually very good in the air. He's not the biggest, but the amount of times he wins headers on long throws that come in, corners, he does it brilliantly.
Well, we know long throws are back in now, don't we? So
I'm ready to come back, Matt. I am.
I'm out of the game for that one, unfortunately.
As you was a winger, you sort of, all these crosses being fired in and long throws. We had Mick McCarthy taking out the Republic of Ireland, with his long throw. Normally it'd be the end of them.
Yeah, well, I played under Mickey. He loved it. But I think Sam Allardyce as well. They both, I played, set pieces were huge. Crosses, long throws, any corners or free kicks, even in our own defensive third. So now it's had a full circle, hasn't it? Everyone's now doing the set pieces.
Exactly that. Do you think Rob Edwards will turn that around at Wolves? I mean, it's a big game for him today, big moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge. I mean, it's a big task, isn't it? They're really struggling. But what I think is his big strength is actually galvanising a team and mentality and making sure that everyone works for each other. I think you look at his teams, they have done that, especially like that Luton team got promoted. And even though they did get relegated, you see the team spirit. They're scoring goals in the last minute. They never felt defeated. And I think that Wolves side, that's what it needs, because whenever they go a goal down, they just look defeated. And it's hard mentally to continue on.
Yeah, the bottom 3, Nuno's managed all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Great, isn't that weird? Huh?
So good.
But everyone thinks he's such a good manager as well.
I know. He
always does a good job.
Yeah, he done a lot better with the clubs before they got in trouble.
Absolutely.
But the Nuno bottom 3, isn't it?
Matt Jarvis, as ever, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. All the best.
Take care of yourself. All of the updates from the 3 o'clock games, as ever, coming up for you here on talkSPORT and GameDay Live with Adrian Durham. All the goals as they go in around the country here on talkSPORT. Coming up shortly, we're going to speak to former Chelsea defender Mario Melchiot to look ahead to the talkSPORT commentary this afternoon as his old side travel to Burnley. This is the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT.
Argentina, but we got John again.
And Robert out on that wing. Sing it for me, Cass.
I don't know it, so I can't.
See clock starts in army.
I've told you, my dad was born in Scotland.
Oh, there you go. In Boston.
He was born in Edinburgh.
Your dad was born in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So you're happy for it. You're happy for Scotland then, but you'll be even happier when Ireland get there.
No, my dad never had any connection because he left when he was about 2, I think. Jumped to London.
Big believer of like.
It was a very
never
my dad
forget
used
where you come from. Like all of those roots are where you are
There
now.
was a lot of Italians. Look, the Second World War afterwards, there was lots of people in different destinations, and quite a number of Italians went to Scotland and Edinburgh, and then they came down to London when he was young, or very young. But my dad's family all basically spoke Italian to each other.
Do you know Italian?
No, my dad never spoke to me in Italian at all. Never. He just didn't. Because his Italian was decent. But I did feel he was much better because he'd lived all his life really from Scotland and London. That he was more of a Londoner.
I didn't know that you had Scottish roots there.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Any excuse to play this song again by Nick Morgan, not my ex-boyfriend. And actually, when it comes to the tension between England and Scotland, former England keeper Ben Foster gave us the reason as to why he thinks a lot of the Scots don't like the English.
Do you know whose fault this all is, Shebahn? Do you know where it stems from? Andy Murray. Do you remember a few years back when he was talking about England? He said, I don't want them to qualify. I don't want them to, I'm Scottish. I just want Scott. That's where it stems from. I promise you. Everybody remembers this, all right? And it's coming back to bite him in the bum, it is.
Do you think that's true? Do you think that's part of
It's
it?
been going on a lot longer than that. Yes, there is an element of Andy Murray that, has sort of unsettled a few people in England, but it's been going on for centuries. Between
He was having the crack though, and you never know with Andy Murray because he's so the same tone of voice throughout. But I remember when England were in the final last time and being with Adrian Durham on air and read a tweet that a Scots person had written about England getting to the final. And I read it, and it was really funny. It was like, let them get to the final, let them get battered, let their children cry about being beaten again. It was just it was just really hateful and rivalry and whatever like that. And I got hammered. I actually thought, oh no, I'm in trouble here.
I know that once it gets to a certain level, because it's look, England's. They have all the rivalries. There's rivalry with England, is with Ireland. It's with Wales. It's with. Not so much Northern Ireland, but definitely Scotland,
Would
Wales,
you say the rivalry is bigger, Ireland to England or Scotland to England?
Scotland.
I'd say Scotland as well, yeah.
Scotland. There's a huge rivalry there.
Yeah. And do you know what? It's healthy to have.
I mean, Ireland one, you can still have to acknowledge that it's, there's a lot happening in history that there's not a lot of love lost.
Yeah, very, very true. It's good though. It's healthy if it's all above board. Time now to get the latest odds with Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of a free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18 plus max 1 reward per player per selected Shaker day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
Simon Clare is with us this morning. He has an Irish passport. How do you feel about the English, Simon? Tell us truthfully. Don't panic.
I love England. I've lived in England all my life. I cheer on England as well as Ireland at the football, I must admit. Actually, funny enough, just listening to you chatting about the England-Scotland rivalry brought back memories, Cass, that you and I think Laura Woods was there, some of the talkSPORT team were there for England-Scotland in Euro 21.
Wembley.
Yeah,
but there was only, I think, about 5,000 people allowed in.
COVID one,
COVID.
yeah.
And we were down at the front and it poured with rain. It was a 0-0 draw, Cass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And England actually got a little bit outplayed by Scotland that day.
The lad Gilmore made a mark, didn't he? Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, Billy was
he was outstanding in the game. Yeah,
exactly. And look, we got. When is it the draw next week? I can't remember when they do the draw for the groups.
5th of December, live on talkSPORT.
Yeah.
And I think, having got Scotland there as well as England from a sort of, a British perspective, I think we'd like them to avoid each other in the groups. That'd be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
well. We've got Premier League football today.
It's back, Simon.
It's back. Chelsea, the early kick-off away to Burnley. I think we'll start there, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, look, Burnley, fourth bottom. They're currently the second shortest team in the relegation betting. Wolves, 1-8 rooted at the bottom. Burnley are 3-1 on to go down. But they're 5-1 today to try and get a valuable 3 points. 7-2 the draw. And Chelsea going well. They're 2s on to get the away win. They're currently fourth favourites in the title race, 25-1, but they are odds on for a top four finish, so going well under Maresca. Do you think Chelsea should have to be too strong for Burnley, or is this tighter than it looks?
Well, after watching them against Sunderland, I thought Chelsea is still... I mean, they're a good side when they're on. When Neto's firing, Garnacho is, and then you get Pedro, and I think there's a lot there, plus Chelsea's midfield. I just think they concede goals a little bit too easy. So it'll be a tight affair, and they had a 2-2 draw in Europe when they weren't particularly good as well recently, Chelsea. So under normal circumstances, yes, but Burnley under Scott Parker, I think, have done pretty well.
Very well.
Considering, they've done really well. So
where should we go? Where should we go next?
Well, there's loads of 3 o'clock kickoffs. Liverpool got Forest. You got West Ham at Bournemouth, which is a tricky one. Brentford, Brighton, and Fulham. I'm at Sunderland. Fulham, Sunderland. So some good ones there.
Liverpool, Liverpool Forest. I suppose they're coming off the back of the defeat to City. Want to get title charge momentum. I suppose they're 4-9 to beat Forest, who of course won this fixture last year. Forest are 11-2, 4-1 the draw. Off the back of a win against Leeds, of course, Forest. So sort of, some semblance of form. I think people would assume Liverpool would be too strong there. Bournemouth, West Ham's a good fixture, isn't it? I mean, Bournemouth are 4-6 at home. West Ham starting to find some form themselves. They're 4-1 for an away win. Bournemouth just 2 points off third. I mean, they're only 8-1 for a top four finish, which is quite extraordinary, really. But that's a good fixture. And then Wolves, Palace. I mean, Wolves really struggling. This, Rob Edwards, can he have an immediate impact against a Palace side who've been going well this season? Well, they're 3-1 at home. Palace odds on away, which says a huge amount for how well things are going down there for the Eagles. So, I mean, it's great to have such a strong 3 o'clock fixture list, actually, for the ACCA players, to sort of tune in and listen to on talkSPORT this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a great day. We've also got racing from Haydock and Ascot.
Yeah, we have. Look, I've got to give a shout out. Harry Redknapp, great fan of
Morning, Harry.
Morning, Harry. You must be listening.
Harry.
He has got a lovely horse called the Jukebox Man, who won at the King George meeting last year, had a bit of an injury, but he's back today in the 150 at Haydock under Ben Jones, really good, up-and-coming Welsh jockey trained by Ben Pauling. He's a slight odds-on shot, the Jukebox Man, but he's definitely Harry's best horse, and Harry's invested lots of money in racing. Could this be the star? He's going to run today, hopefully win, and then go on to the King George in Boxing Day. Later on the card at 3 o'clock, Grey Dawning, a very popular grey horse for Dan Skelton, takes on Houghty Calor in the big one with Sean Bowen, our Coral Ambassador, on the second favourite there. And then over at Ascot, nice card there, the Ladbrokes 1965 5 chase at 3 o'clock has Il Est Français. I love saying that name. He's a very popular French horse who's now back over in training in England with Tom George. He's running against some good horses there, Django Bay and Pictory at Ascot. So lots of good racing to go along with all the football this afternoon. So plenty to enjoy today.
As ever, Simon Clare, you wonderful man. Thank you. We'll speak to you again very soon.
Thank you, Cass.
That was a look at the latest odds with Coro. 18+, begambleaware.org. Please gamble responsibly.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT. Brought to you by Coral, the home of a free-to-play Golden Rewards Shaker. 18+, max 1 reward per player per selected Shaker Day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restrictions and T's and C's apply. Gambleaware.org.
12:30 for you here on talkSPORT today. Burnley take on Chelsea. We've got the exclusive commentary of that game. Former Chelsea defender Mario Melchiot joins us next.
This is you. This is definitely.
Leaving the club to this. Not been in a club in about 10 years, but Mama can shake it to this. Yeah, good.
Do you know what the song's about?
Is it something about a hairdo?
No. The song is all about coming back from nothing. So losing everything and coming back.
So the Mac is the nothing?
The return to the Mac, yeah.
Oh.
Because, is it Mark? What's his surname? Morris? Is it Mark Morris?
Oh, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's about coming back from nothing.
There you go. Learn something new every day here on the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. Mr. Tony Cascarino, former Celtic and Villa striker, with you alongside me, Shebahn Aherne. And the Premier League is back, so is the champ. All of the updates coming for you here on talkSPORT today. And Burnley take on Chelsea at 12:30 here on talkSPORT. Here's what else is coming up for you on talkSPORT today. Max and Charlie bringing you the warm-up from 9 o'clock through to 11. Burnley take on Chelsea 12:30. Download the app, take us anywhere with you to keep across that game. 10 o'clock over on talkSPORT 2, it's following on. So the Ashes inquest immediately following the close of play on day 2. We've also got action from the EFL. Coventry take on West Brom. Leicester City face Stoke. And then talkSPORT at 2:30. Game Day Live with the GOAT, Adrian Durham, going around the grounds from the Prem and beyond. And then Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy are here taking your calls. Anything you want to vent and get off your chest, do so with the lads at 5:30 here on talkSPORT. And then Rory Jennings at 7:30 taking your calls again, and fight night here at 9 o'clock. But the Ashes well and truly underway. We can't take our eyes off it. Here's the latest with John Norman.
I wish I could take my eyes off it because it's not going very well for England. 89 for 1 Australia, chasing 205. So they need 116 runs to win this first test. And England still need 9 wickets. What a turnaround. What a sorry state of affairs. England at lunch. Not quite in control of the match, but a lead of 99. Only 1 wicket down with 2 batters set at the crease in Ben Duckett and Ollie Pope. Only to come back out after the break and have an absolute horror session where they lost all 9 wickets and added just 105 runs. And if not for a 49-run partnership for the 8th wicket, when Australia went short to Bryden Carse and Gus Atkinson, then maybe the game will be already over. As it is, well, with Travis Head opening up ahead of Usman Khawaja, Australia have got off to a quick start, and they needed to. This pitch has yielded so many wickets in such quick time, there's no point hanging around, and Travis Head does not hang around. He's already 51 not out from 44. Labuschagne, Marnus Labuschagne, playing in his customary number 3 position, is 12 from 17. The only success, Jake Weatherall caught from the bowling of Bryden Carse, who was expensive, and Ben Stokes has brought himself on to bowl now. So it's all or nothing for England, with Atkinson at the other end, and still another hour and a half. We could actually go on later tonight. 30 overs still notionally down to be bowled. That won't happen. But Australia, if they win this one, well, you'll be able to hear the laughter from here. 89 for 1 Australia, chasing 205.
Stay positive, John. Stay with us in the positivity.
England are in trouble.
Yeah, a lot of trouble here. Don't forget, John with us across the morning with all of the updates. Then talkSPORT 2 for the inquest at 10 o'clock in terms of what's happened on day 2. Coming up today, 3 o'clock kickoffs. You've got a number of them to look forward to today. Then this evening, Newcastle take on Manchester City at 5:30. Newcastle 3 wins from their opening 11 league matches this season. They're 14th in the table. A victory for City would take Pep's side to within a point of Arsenal ahead of the North London derby tomorrow. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe says he's relishing the hectic festive schedule.
The games have been brilliant so far. I think we've really enjoyed the Champions League challenge that brings, and then back to the Premier League, and that sort of yo-yo effect we have to deal with it better. It's been a real challenge, especially away from home, as we spoke about many times in the Premier League, and we've got to try and navigate that better. But I think we've got the squad to cope with that, especially if we can get these last remaining players fit that have been close and building their fitness. And then I think our squad looks really strong.
Another reason for me to love Eddie Howe. Not moaning about schedules.
No, and
we've got the squad, we can do it. Crack on.
Yeah, he's had a few injury issues. Hall, will be back today, so that's a good thing. Vizza is still, as we learn, still not quite right. But it's an interesting time for Newcastle. They've got some good players. Dan Burn suspended. He's a big player for them today. So, yeah.
See how it goes. Big game, 5:30 this evening. The updates here on talkSPORT. Also 12:30, we've got the live commentary of Burnley taking on Chelsea. Chelsea sit third in the league. Could for a few hours at least go into second in the table with a victory at Turf Moor before Man City play. Burnley find themselves outside the relegation zone on goal difference, so a victory would provide a welcome boost for them. We can look ahead to this one now with former Chelsea defender Mario Melchiot. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hi, Mario.
Mario, hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, there you are.
I can hear you. Come on, I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here.
Panics for a moment.
Yeah, Mario, I've watched Chelsea quite a few times, and we mustn't get carried away because they're third in the league, so they're doing okay. They're doing more than okay, if truth be told. But there's two things I think that Chelsea can improve on. Is the one, obviously, they don't have a lot of experience, especially in defensive. Certainly in the heart of their defence. And also, I'd add, it's really rare you see Chelsea put on a performance of 90 minutes. I've seen them be good for 60, 70 minutes, but not the whole 90 where they've literally nailed a team.
Yeah, I mean, look, the comfortability in the sense of where you're highlighting to, okay, of course, there are moments in the game and you see the age sometimes. I don't want to keep jumping on that because I think the season, last season and now this season, I think you get more mature, and I think they got players that are now used to the league, kind of. But finishing off teams sometimes can take a little bit longer, and I totally agree with you, Tom, because sometimes you want them to, when they play well, it's not that hold back, just go all the way. And playing against a team like Burnley is not going to be easy. Why? They come from a back-to-back, they have 2 losses already, and you face them at their ground. And you know yourself, sometimes when you play games against teams like this, you got to start from the get-go, high and really aggressive and making sure you're going for the win. And if Chelsea doesn't do that, we're going to get a game exactly how you described it.
Yeah, and also Scotty Parker, a former Chelsea player, it always adds into the
drama.
spice. Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, I played with Scotty, so I know Scotty well. Yeah, I know. He as a player, you know how he was as a player. Yeah. He was like, from the get-go, he didn't hold back. So I'm sure he wants to, rally his team up. And, of course, they got some players, Okochoku, for example, and Broya maybe at the injury against England. And I think Scotty said that he will be fine. But those are the kind of guys that are also going to face the older players and teammates. Yeah. So I'm sure they want to show and prove a point.
Yeah. Have you ever stubbed your toe and caused yourself a bit of an injury at home, Mario? Are you frustrated by Cole Palmer's recent injury?
I heard that. Yeah, I mean,
bless him.
We are still human beings. Things can happen because sometimes people want to get carried away in the sense of like things like this cannot happen to us. But we are still human beings and we still do the normal things that you do too. Yeah. And okay, you want to be smart, and I want him to be smart because he was getting close to being fit, and I would love to see him play. But of course, now what did Maresca say? 3 more games we gotta wait. So let's wait.
Look, there's some great jewels in the game. I'm really looking forward. If he plays Garnacho on the left against Kyle Walker, because Kyle Walker does love to show, I'm still really quick, You
have watched too many games. That's why you know that, because you're so right about it. He loves showing like, listen, guys, look, I might, I call it not older, I might look seasoned.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for whatever it takes. And he likes to show that, and Garnacho, if he feels ready, he feels, to attack. I mean, there were a couple of players, of course, that stayed home. You understand, that also want to bring the fresh energy because Neto stayed in, didn't go with his national team. Fernandes didn't do that. So definitely either be Garnacho or Neto. And those are 2 guys that have the speed to compete with him. So that's going to be an interesting battle. You're so right about it.
Yeah. Just while we've got you as well, Mario, Netherlands going to the World Cup. We'll maybe see you there, sir.
Look, I live on that side of the world, so I'm in Los Angeles, so that's good. So I won't be too far, but I'm definitely happy they're going to the World Cup because I think it's a country, not because I'm from there, but I think we deserve to be at the World Cup. I think it always brings some little orange color to where everybody competes. We need to be and bring the color and pride it up for people.
Yeah, I was lucky, Mario. I played in the 88 Euros against the Netherlands the year you won it, and you were unbelievable team. And the colours in the stadium were just extraordinary with the Dutch fans and the Irish fans.
Yeah.
And then it was the same in America because we played the Netherlands in USA '94, and again another extraordinary Dutch team.
Oh man, you lift some memories. Look, I was a little bit younger, but I know those memories because 88 is, they keep repeating that on TV, of course, when they won it. And you're talking about Van Basten, those were like diamonds. And then, of course, when you talk about the other part, was like, those were like definitely the Ajax time too, when they broke through, because I remember that time it was really warm as well when they came to the. So I hope it's going to be better now for that they think about that, because I'm always a little bit worried about the weather, because if it's too hot, we might not see the best World Cup, and I'm sure you can have more experience with it. But no, definitely, I'm excited. I'm happy that we made it, and I look forward to some really cool games.
Yeah, are you going to release the R&B track? Are you going to bring it back, Mario?
Oh my God, you had to do that? Did you have to drop that in? I knew you. Look at that face. You're smiling. You're happy. You're giving it to me. Listen, I was a young man, had not a dream away from football. Thought he could sing, but I kept it. Now I'm telling you, I keep it to shower singing. I don't sing anymore.
Mario, don't worry about it. You keep the radio on, because in the next 5 minutes before this show finishes, we're going to play that tune for anyone who's not heard Mario Melchior and his team.
I've got to say,
R&B, baby.
I've met Mario once, but he's the happiest Dutch man I've ever met.
You gotta be happy, man. You guys make me laugh. Thank you, guys.
Oh, we love you. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's the happiest Dutch man I've ever met. He's always upbeat. He's absolutely by the way, done a great job when he was at Chelsea.
Absolutely, yeah. Former Blues defender Mario Melchior there. Don't worry, he did do a track. It was R&B. We will dig it out for you. Stay with us here on the Weekend Breakfast on talkSPORT. It's now time quickly for a bit of this.
Las Vegas, baby, on talkSPORT.
The competitions keep on coming for us here at talkSPORT, and this is an absolute belter. You and a friend going to Las Vegas. I mean, trip of a lifetime. Everyone wants to do that. Flying upper class, lie-down beds, luxury spa villa, 4 nights, all thanks to Virgin Hotels Vegas, cheating them from the stands at the Las Vegas Raiders, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and £5,000 spending money. This is from the 2nd of January, the 7th to the 7th. That will send you there early next year. What a way to start the new year. Here's how you can get involved. Good luck.
21 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text at £2 plus standard network rates. Bill payer's permission required. Or call 03434239761. Calls are charged at standard rate. All entries must be received by the 28th of November at 4 p.m. This is a network promotion. Run across talkSPORT, Virgin Radio UK and Talk. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT. Coming up next, we'll do a bit of Cascarino yes, Cascarino no. Morning.
Boxing update on talkSPORT with DAZN, the global home of boxing. Sign up now at dazn.com/boxing.
Take a look at me, my boo. Say me and Benjamin, I know you want to deal with this man full of master pill. Know the deal, Steve's for real, gotta make you feel. Wherever we go, BMD rock the show.
We found a dodgy version somewhere. The pipes of Mario Melchior. That's banter.
Yeah.
That is banter. Sounds Lantern Dick. Oh, I love that he got off the phone before we could play that. So, yeah, very, very good. Mario Melchior and his Netherlands teammates many, many years ago released this song before a major tournament. I hope they do that again ahead of the Netherlands.
Sounds a little bit. There was a group in the 80s called Five Star.
Okay.
And Imagination. It sounds like in between that sort of
Inspired by. Not so much 5 stars in the cricket at the moment. John Norman is here with an update. What's happening, John?
Oh, well, this is humiliating for England. Ben Stokes has taken himself out the attack after 2 overs. He's brought back Jofra Archer, and Travis Head has just hit him for 15 from 4 deliveries. He's just smashed him back over his head for 6, over long on, deep in his crease, and it's almost as though you've got it's almost men against boys here. Australia need just 78 runs to win, 127 for 1. Travis Head, 84 from 59, promoted up the order. Whoever decided to do that, whether it was the player himself or the coaching staff or captain, well done. You're going to deserve a beer tonight because it has paid off handsomely. England at lunch, led by 99, 9 wickets in hand, and here we are in the position where they could lose the test match on day 2. Australia need 84. No, they don't. How many do they need? They need 78 runs to win. It's 84 runs that Travis Head have scored. And hate to say it, but England's shoulders have slumped. They look a beaten side. And unless Jofra Archer or Atkinson, who's currently bowling, can conjure up something miraculous, something approaching what we saw in the afternoon, then England are going to head to Brisbane for that pink ball test with the returning Pat Cummins and Josh Hazlewood for Australia. 1-0 down in the series, and from all of that was spoken about in the lead up to this test series was this: if you lose the first test, you do not come back to win the series. England will be mindful of that. Australia, if this continues, will be cock-a-hoot. They need just 78 runs to seal what will be a famous 2-day victory. They're 127 for 1.
Tough times, John Norman. Okay, over on talkSPORT 2, 10 o'clock today for the inquest and the fallout, the first test. We'll be live for you on talkSPORT 2, 10 o'clock today with that following on. John, thank you very much. It's time now for this before we go.
Cascarino yes or Cascarino no?
On the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT.
What?
Simple, really. He has to answer with a Cascarino yes or Cascarino no. We're creative like that. We now know Ireland's route to the World Cup. Czech Republic away, then either North Macedonia or Denmark. Will the Republic of Ireland join England and Scotland in North America next summer?
Well, they've got another game after the
if they get past that one.
Yeah, Czech Republic. But I think I'm happy with the draw because we knew that we were going to be playing away. Yes, they've got Patrick Schick, who plays for Bayer Leverkusen. They've got Vladimir Kovbel, who was at West Ham, who a lot of people know, Thomas Suchek. So they've got 3 or 4 established players, but most of their team are Sparta Prague or Slavia Prague. So I think we've got a chance, a good chance. We've played well as we did against Portugal and Hungary. Of course, yeah, absolutely got a chance. And then it's whether it's Denmark, North Macedonia.
Such a long time away.
Well,
it was like that.
We need a rest after last week.
I get that, but you know when like momentum's on your side and full of confidence, they've got time now to let mentality change or let the worry or the fear that it might not happen creep in.
It's a long way away, Shebahn. You have to just forget about it for now. Get on with playing your football, and when you're back together in March, look, it's been an incredible experience for a number of teams in the international games in the last week or so. So, yeah, they've got one hell of a chance of beating the Czech Republic. And then see who we get in the final game.
Mate, I'm praying.
They'll be at home as well.
You know. Yeah.
So
and that would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Fingers crossed. Can Scotland get out of the group? Cascarino yes, Cascarino no?
History tells me no.
Okay. Well, thanks for that.
You can change the vote.
Very true. Cash, you're off to Craven Cottage today?
Yes. Yeah, I'm Fulham against Sunderland, 3 o'clock. So, yeah.
Lovely stuff. All the action coming up for you here on talkSPORT today. Our live commentary is Burnley taking on Chelsea at 12:30. All of the updates from all of the games, as ever, on GameDay Live with Adrian Dunham. That's all from us. Coming up next on talkSPORT is the warm-up with Max and Charlie. Bye, driver!